Let's see. Go with this.
Well, welcome. Check, cash money, dude. That first intro was legit. Here we go. Obviously, Peter, we are streaming and playing with some whole new avenues tonight. It is an exciting time. Do we have any guests here in the room with us yet? I think there was a couple of people in the chat room already. Peter, we got anybody here we want to welcome?
Yeah, we got Jeff tuning in, Matt Thompson. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Fantastic. We are back, people. After our bye week, we are ready to rock. Welcome back to the new and improved Radrc live stream. It is Saturday night. My name is Mike, owner, Carryallrc, and of course, sponsor of the Radrc show, home of the RC Bug Out Bag. We got your six. It's just not a slogan. We literally got your back. Later on tonight, we will have some more important updates on some Carryall product, some new releases, some things we've been beta testing and working on. But you got to tune in, stay till the end. We'll get to all that good stuff later on. If you haven't noticed, we have a lot of stuff to unpack tonight, okay? We have a great guest, a legend in the RC community, an old school gangster. This guy, I'm definitely stoked to hear what he's got to say. Got some updates for what's going on in the world of the Recon G6. You're going to learn a little bit about what the Recon G6 actually is. We have a lot of COVID babies that came to the RC world right in the start of COVID. They just don't even know what the Recon is. So make sure you stick around to the end. We're jockeying some time slots around to make room for Parker time. So if you guys knew who Parker was, you understand what I mean by Parker time. But he's a maestro on the microphone, a true entertainer, literally a rock god in the crawling scene. Old school cat. This is somebody you want to get to. You want to watch. This man's got stories. He's been around the block. I can't wait for him to get here. But before we get to him, we got some boxes to check. Super pumped for tonight. There's definitely a lot of chances to win some product. But to win, you got to be subscribed. So make sure if you're watching on YouTube, get over there, click that subscribe button. That is the only thing to make you eligible to win is you got to hit the subscribe, you got to play to win, and you got to watch the play. So make sure you stick around till then. But if you have like the Rad show before, there is one thing that stays the same. A new look. We got a lot of gadgets to play with, a lot of bells and whistles, things to tinker with. We can stream out comments on here. We got a lot of good stuff going on in the background here. We'll be able to put your comments up there on the screen. Call to action. We'll be doing some polling and different things like that. It will be fun. So get ready to comment. We'll get them shared up on the screen as we get farther into the show. But this isn't always a tag team effort. With great fun comes great responsibility. The hard work and dedication of the man next to me on the screen, the co-host with the mostest, like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. Peter, how are you, sir?
It's a pretty solid intro. It's good to be back. We took a week off. We were approaching, as you remember, we were approaching our 1 year anniversary of the show, which was important to us. All the hard work, and we figured we'd give the guys and girls a new look, a new feel. If you remember back in past episodes, we kept saying that we're going to come out with new software. We're testing, and Mike figured, we both said, what a great time to deploy this at the 1 year anniversary. So, like Mike said, we got new gadgets, new capabilities. I guess is the good word. A lot easier to track comments, and like right now, I could see Jeff, Matt Thompson starting over, Anthony Bardo. We have more capabilities with this new software. So this is the first night we're deploying it. Mike put a lot of hard time and effort into getting us up and running. There you go. There's a little sneak banner. So thank you, Mike, for getting the software. I know you put grease the oil all week, a lot of dedication into getting us going. So we're set up, good things to come. And, like always, we like to thank our sponsors. And Mike, I'm excited for the new title sponsor. What a company this title sponsor is. Very proud. I don't know if the hat gives it away, but very proud to see them, title sponsoring the Rad Show. So Element RC, thank you for your love and support. We're really stoked to have you as a title sponsor of the show. And we'd like to thank Carryallrc, Treal Hobby, CowRc, Crazy Crawler, Powerhobby, 2.4 Designs, Crawler Cult, RC Misfits, Scale Rat Adventure RC. Look, Mike, I brought out the OG
Nice.
sweatshirt adventure. Our buddy Eric, man. Hope to see him soon. RC Prorack, FMS, Race Place Hobbies, Remote Control Hobbies Orlando, our buddy Nick, and Bobby's RC Garages. Thank you to all the sponsors, and thank you, Element and Mike. Yeah, you know, Parker, no secret to the RC world. Been to his events, um, grueling events, fun events. Looking forward to this, July. Great, pioneered the RC, a lot of different aspects of the hobby. So,
Absolutely. So some new segments to the show. We got a lot of things to unravel. Like I said, we got a lot of tricks up our sleeve tonight and a lot of tools to unpack from the box. But let's get things going with a little bit of humor. We got the joke of the day. A new segment of the show will kick off every Saturday night live stream with the joke of the day. So here we go. Let me get my cheer button ready. Where's my laugh? All right. So the joke of the day goes like this: a ham sandwich walks into a bar and orders a beer. Bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve food here." That's some good dad humor for you. If we're not going to be bringing you some dad jokes, we are failing. So let us pause for a little station identification here. Let you know that you have come to the right place. Peter, pull up intro number 1. If you're not ready, I got it.
yeah, you could,
I'll hit it.
yeah, it's
All
not
right.
working.
Oh wait, did I? Let's see.
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
We are go for launch.
We are go for launch.
Ignition. We have liftoff.
But bam! Now we got to work on the sizing on that a little bit. We can tweak that, get to fill the screen. But let's look at us playing with some new toys and tricks here.
I tell
Um,
you.
so it's no secret that it's April Fool's. April 1. April 1 brings us, it's like a holiday for most guys out there. They live for this day. That moment when you get to pull that practical joke. You know, a little call to action for all of our people in the guest room tonight. I'm dying to know if anyone happened to stumble across any really creative posts today. I mean, the old hats have been around for a while. You'll remember probably 4 or 5 years ago, Proline had a great one where they did the Hyrax as a full size tire. They had the world tripping that day. And then, you know, it took until, you know, late afternoon for people to start to be like, oh, shoot, it's April 1st. But
Did you see all the it's funny you brought that up. Did you see all the humor? Did you see Red Cat? They had a nice April Fools, and also
no,
Element had one with the scale boxes that I saw before, which was actually really funny. They had
see,
two scale boxes, new release, and
I
yeah, they
love
had some funny ones today.
They had some good ones. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I must have logged 30 hours into this show this past week. I
Yeah.
did not go on social media. I didn't turn on Facebook. I didn't put on Instagram. Every day when Carryall was done at 7 o'clock, I would get right on here. Big shout out to a cat named Adam Ross. He is going to be in our hot seat in the very near future. That man earned himself a guest spot. Hey, Matt Thompson, what the hell's going on? Love that, man. So listen, April 1, no question. I'm sure you guys saw some good witty humor out there, but April 1 brings one other thing very near and dear to our heart. Um, the signs behind me, you know, the lights, the Prorack's on the wall, they're not blue by accident. I didn't wear a blue shirt tonight by accident. That little puzzle piece in the upper right hand screen is not by accident. Like, April is Autism Awareness Month. And that being said, um, there's a couple of sad things with this. We are celebrating the loss of a soldier. And we are going to literally, let me get my banner dedication up here. This is an important tribute. Boom. This part of the show needs to be segmented. This is the show dedication. This is dedicated to Brandon and to the ASD family. Oscar, Jeff Ramos, Eric Sereno. I know you are all feeling it today, and it means a small piece. This is a small piece from us, sending our love and support back to the ASD family. We're thinking of you guys, and in memory and in celebration of our friend Brandon, we are dedicating the show to him. To the entire month of April, the Rad Show will have some sort of blue somewhere on the show. We will be doing some fun things in support and bringing the awareness to autism. So that is a proper show dedicated to him. Uh, I always love April. You know, it means a lot. My son's autistic; he's on the spectrum. And you know, Peter, I've done many theme builds over the years, from Nitro T Maxes to monster trucks to Rifts. We've done them all.
I like the Rift you built. That was
The
my
Rift
favorite
came out
one.
good. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So April 1, let's do another new segment of the show. What else do we have here, Peter? Let's pull up some background noise. Why don't we take that out for a spin before we go any further? I'm going to pull up branding here in the background. I'm going to go down to my music, and I'm going to drop in the newsroom. Oh, maybe I can adjust the volume on that a little bit. I have to be a little loud. Peter, if you can find the volume control on the background noise, maybe that would be all right. But I will go without the newsroom audio for. Oh wait, I see it. I see it. I see it right here. We'll turn it down a little bit. Just a little background noise. We're in the newsroom. So the day is April 1. And did you know, Peter, that April 1, where did my notes go here? Today in history, on April 1st, 1976, Steve Jobs founded Apple Computer. Did
No.
you know that this day in history in 1963, the daytime soap opera General Hospital first appeared on ABC TV. And this day, April 1st in 1970, President Nixon signed a bill into law banning cigarette ads from the radio and television. There is your fun facts. See, I warned you, you might actually learn something on the Rad Show. You better be careful coming by here. You never know what kind of fun facts you might learn here. Now, this is a part of the show when we would typically slide into, let me get some rock and roll music up here in the background. We'll get out of the newsroom and feather in some background noise. That's going to be kind of cool. We never had background audio before. Again, a lot of this is just going to be tweaking, playing with some of the bells and whistles and taking a lot of this stuff out for a test drive for the first time. This is normally about the part of the show, Pete, when we'd be bringing our guest on. I had so much lined up for him. Let me go back into my phone here. Nope. So we are 100% shifting some things around on the show time tonight because Parker time exists. And we're making a joke about this because this is actually kind of serious. About an hour ago, we got a text message from our guest, Brian Parker, tonight that they got hit with some severe weather where he was. Down trees, down wires, hail, the whole 9 yards. He's lost his Wi-Fi. They're in a jam, but he was driving to another town to get to a location that he could actually do the show tonight. So I said, hey, if you can get there and get set up, we'll stall and we'll get you on. So what we're going to do is just kind of reverse a couple of things for right now. This is probably the part of the show. We can jump over to some other hot topics, Peter. I know we wanted to mention the new Rccaraction issue drop. Do you have that one handy, Pete?
Yeah.
There she is, a cut above. Now, this is definitely an early release. This one came about 3 weeks early. Now, have you had a chance to really thumb through a lot of the cool stuff? And one of the cool things that I can show you, there is a little review in the back of this one. This is my only spoiler alert here. If I get good lighting, there's a WD-40 pen. I am on the hunt for this
like
pen.
a Tide stick.
Yes.
Tide sticks.
So all the action people out there, I want to know if anybody knows where I can find a WD-40 pen. One of the reasons Peter and I love the Rccaraction magazine so much is finding these little things. Like it intertwines us, it connects us like a spider web.
I found this in there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
this was in Rccaraction. I went right to Amazon. It's special pliers for strip screws. I haven't used them yet, but it made me buy it, so it worked.
I love it. Peter, we should be typing in the banner here. If you get comfortable and time during the show in the banner, we can make sure that the Radrc link is up in there. There is a affiliate link, a short link that will get you an option to subscribe to this. So these are some of the things that we're going to continue to work on as we get more comfortable with everything. Let me slide into my branding over here. This is probably the part of the show right here. I'm going to show you up there in the upper right-hand corner. We can show off some of our screens. Oh, there we go. Pete's got something run down there at the bottom. Awesome. That will be our guest tonight. We'll throw that logo up. We got some fun tools here to play around with. We'll work on the layout and all that other good stuff. But there is an affiliate link. If we don't get it pasted up here on the screen tonight, we will make sure it's up in the comments down in the post tomorrow, the way Peter normally handles all that stuff. The affiliate link is easy to find. We have it in our, posted all over the place. If you don't find it, send us a message. We'll get it to you. All righty. Now,
So, do you want to go? Oh, I wanted to bring up one thing. It was still on Rccaraction.
yeah.
So did you see? Not going to spoil anything, but FMS. So for all the FMS lovers, something's coming. Don't know what it is, but something's in the magazine. So expect not like you and I haven't seen releases left and right. I mean FMS I can't even keep up with. I mean
Oh, they are
yeah,
on fire.
they're on fire. So little sneak peeks, something's coming. So
Rock
that's all I
Hobby, FMS, the entire family over there, they have continued to wow the crowd with 10 scale to the micro stuff from 18th to 24th. I mean, that little pickup, that thing freaking fun as can be. And you know what? That's going to bring up the next segment of the show. That one that I think we can spend a little bit of time on. I'm glad you did that, Peter. Um, this is a segment of the show that we can let run the entire length of the show because this is something that we need to hear from the viewers on. The people out there in the peanut gallery, our guests joining us tonight, this is your call to action. Let me before I do it, we're going to give this show an actual segment so we can find it. If we tag this show down in the bottom left hand corner, people logging in will be able to easily find it when
It's
we
already
get
streaming, by the way, on Facebook. I'm looking on my phone. It's already streaming in the Radrcahow Facebook group and
nice.
Carryallrc. So
Nice. All right, this is the who's who. This part of the show is sponsored by RC Car Action Magazine. And we just got done talking about the next issue of RC Car Action. It is going to be hitting the shelves near you in the very near, probably next 2 weeks. I would say you'd start to see that one out there on the shelves near you. Now, this segment is called the who's who. Who is influencing who? That's what this is all about. Meaning, we're going to be, we were donated a lot of product. People that sponsor the Rad Show to help us pay the bills and help keep these lights on back here, help donate product for us to share with you. But to do that, we need to come up with creative ways that we can share it. We're just not going to pull names out of a hat. You have to earn it to win it. But one of the cool things that we thought about, and then the good people over at Rccaraction thought, we're the ones in Instagram and Facebook seeing the posts on a daily, but sometimes it's downright near impossible to see everything. Your Facebook algorithm, thank you, Matt Thompson, for sending me the link to the WD-40 pen. That was easy. I'm dying to know what the price was on that. That's the one I found on Amazon. It was like $50. The who's who. We want to know who you think is out there influencing the influencers. We see a lot of people doing really creative things, but sometimes we get locked inside our own algorithm, Peter. You're not seeing the same posts that I'm seeing. I'm not seeing the same posts that you're seeing. So the Rad RC show got together and we picked an influencer. We picked a non-suspecting victim out there, somebody that we know has been slaying it over the last week or last month, whatever it may be. Who are you catching out there, people? So I know who to go follow. Who is it down there in the dirty, in the nitty gritty, slaying it, blazing a trail? Who is setting fires out there and doing some really creative stuff? So please comment below. If you stay tuned till the end of the show, we will release the name of the very first person that the Rad RC show picked. This person's name will be put into the hat and nominated for the grand prize drawing automatically. And that is their prize. And guess what? They didn't even know that they were doing cool stuff. It's just what we noticed them doing. And it's going to happen each week. We will continue to add people to the roster. When we get to probably 6 or 7 guys, then we'll pull a name from them. But at least it gets you nominated and shows you that your posts are not going unnoticed. It kind of sucks when you're putting in all that work on a build, Pete, and you just feel like nobody cared. But hey, every once in a while you need a little recognition for your hard work. So we'll be happy to share it. And I think there's no better way to get a little feedback from the people watching than the peers. Who are the peers watching? That's what we really want to know. Don't be bashful. Don't be afraid to drop a name, an Instagram tag. Seriously, I want to know. Um, and the other last thing I would have done, Pete, was tell you that the letter, today's letter of this show, the letter for this show was brought to you by the letter. Actually, you know what, Pete? I'm going to hold off on the letter of the day till the very end after Brian Parker's done. What we will do, Brian Parker time's making us jump around.
We got an interesting.
Any comments coming through
Yeah,
here?
we got an interesting the 110 Power Wagon. So that's an interesting question. I know we're in RC car action, but just to jump back to this comment,
The Atlas.
yeah. So this is something, Paul. This is something on our radar. I'm glad you brought that up. It's coming. I know they're getting. Well, the last Mike and I heard they're going to restock in April. So the 110 Power Wagon should be coming our way. So stay tuned on that. But good comment there. That's something Mike and I are definitely looking to get our hands on for sure to take a look at.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. We had a blast with it down at USTE. A scene, a whole new respect. We got some good content next to some side-by-side comparisons with the Element Trail Walker, and quite pleased with the scaling of this version. They've dialed it in a lot better now. They're getting their 10 scale formula on point. It's solid, neat truck, sexy platform. I think that Atlas, when they did the 6x version of it, that was a popular little 18 scale one. I think that body was a good fit for them.
yeah, that's a cool truck for sure.
It sure is. And then, yeah, I mean, Paul, what color? If you had the option, do you have a color choice? What was it? Blue, gold, red, I believe.
No blues.
Blue,
Probably red.
no, it wasn't gold, red. What was
I'll
it?
probably
It was
go with the
blue,
red.
gold, and red.
Yeah, I
Red.
like the red. The
Like I
red
said,
looks good.
I didn't have any preference. I'm like, you know what? Surprised me. They all look great, and you know what? Send me a blue one. You got all the cool blue stuff. You know, I need a little more blue in my life.
I got
I
enough.
need a little.
Um, so before we switch, do something. Talk about giveaways real quick. I got a plug for that.
Perfect. You went.
All right. So you've been hearing us. By the way, the Rad Show discount scrolling on the bottom. I just put the code up.
Nice.
So we've been talking show to show about giveaways, and we got to thank our sponsors, Mike. We really got it because we've been getting product in just on the weekly. So we talked about our first giveaway. We're getting close. So I want to tell everybody that watches this show that's tuned in right now, we're less than 20 subscribers away from Mike sending out that FCX 24. So that's a big milestone. So we're about 483. So anything you guys can do to help us get over that hurdle, we're getting in giveaways that we want to send out to you guys. I mean, we just got in these. Thank you, CowRc. These are super dope. Just great work Heath did from CowRc. This is a small, complete set, and we're gonna put this in the giveaway pile. I mean, we still got Bobby's RC garages to give out, so we got to get over the milestone of the 500 subscribers. So anything you guys can do to help us out, share the link to the show, have your wife subscribe. We just want to get to that 500 number. I think we got 3 or 4 garages to give out, plus these new CowRc mats. And we got more stuff coming. So anything you could do to help support the show would be appreciated. So
Absolutely. And while we're on the sponsor kick there, don't know if I mentioned it or not, Peter, but Scale Audio Solutions. We've done plenty of work with Scale Audio. He was a fantastic guest. Love my CowRc products. Yeah, right on, Jeff. Dude, and we can come back full circle to the whole CowRc thing here. You know what? While we're doing it, let me do this and scroll up here. And while we're talking about cow, we'll give him a cow little corner there. So CowRc, they put up a nice little YouTube video running every 2 weeks right now. It is a tutorial, a DIY, a tech tip, all about the product. But listen, you've been warned. Come PayPal ready, because I guarantee you, by the time that it is done, you are going to be so jazzed up and ready to restock, reload, freshen up your CowRc product. You've been warned. Be PayPal ready when it's over. These guys are knowledgeable. It's interactive. You can ask them questions. And Adam Ross, thank you again, sir, for helping us get on the StreamYard here, run this platform, giving us the tools that we needed to make this show a lot more professional looking. We really appreciate all the help, Adam, and you earned a seat here on the Rad Show in the very, very near future. We're booked up through the end of April, but we'll get Adam on very soon. Now, like I said, one of the other cool things is some of the background noises that you're going to hear tonight during the this and that segment of the show. We'll have some Jeopardy music in the background. Again, Scale Audio Solutions. Thank you for that. Peter, this week in RC, my friend, you caught wind of a pretty cool little Scale Garage option out there that got people talking. Have you seen what Bobby did? Bobby RC Garages came up with this really cool countertop design. He's like, look, I got a lot of customers. A lot of my clients are coming to me and they're talking to me. Oh, I know that's simple anywhere. Mr. Robert Grandin, how are you? That is a soldier on the mission out there. Robert Gunning, he's the guy that had that Sherpa that we drove at Beat the Creek. That thing was a lot of fun. So the I lost my total train of thought. What was I just gonna say?
The garage.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bobby. So Bobby came up with this idea. I got these clients that are coming to me and they don't have the room for a Scale Garage traditional way. They just need some kind of a quick setup. Why don't I do a banner, yay feet long, one-sided backdrop and a long floor coming out? And I'm like, genius. It works. You don't need the side walls in a pinch. If the floor is long enough and you can get your camera angle right, you can take a photo of a micro truck, a 10 scale truck. I cycled through like 4 or 5 different trucks, different camera angles, and they're customizable. If you work with Bobby, send him a private message, send him your logo. You can get your own logo up in the background. Really cool stuff. I like what Bobby's been doing there, and I think it's really cool to see a company like RC Garages trying new things like that.
Yeah, he's got some cool, like, if you look at his Facebook page, like, during the week, he's posting a lot of new products, and, he's doing some cool things. I definitely like the, backdrop, idea, because not everybody has a room or space, and, even his garage that I have behind me, if I wanna break it down and bring it to Blue Rocks, very simple to do. He's got a good product. I mean, it's quality, and, yeah, I like his garages. I remember, Mike, when we first came across Bobby's RC, we started out with that regular garage, and then it just kept growing and growing, and now, it's
It's
good
amazing.
stuff. He's a
Amazing.
good sponsor, and he was nice enough to ship those scale garages that you see us post, and sitting right over here. Good stuff.
Oh, is anyone commenting at all there, Peter?
Yeah, I'm throwing
Okay.
them up as
You're
they.
throwing them
Yeah,
up?
people,
Coming in?
Facebook users
All right.
putting names in the hat.
Let me scale out. I had the other screen up. I love that we both have control over this. Is there anybody else in the chat room that joined us that you need to shout out to? We can take a pause on that.
Yeah, we can go back. Some new people. Rob Gunning, thanks for tuning in. Tyler Slane joined us.
Oh, the man behind the CowRc YouTube show. That man knows his cow product.
GA Rock Zombies in the house.
Holy crap, Corey, how are you, sir?
Black Turtle. Yeah, we already went through those. So yeah, there's people coming and going, but we got everybody in. Um,
Fantastic. Wow, it's so great to see Corey. Corey, call me. Please call me, call me, call me. Um,
and
we are,
before
go
I
ahead.
forget, National Scale Day. So I
Yes,
know that's more of the news. So last year they did a contest, and I remember that my forerunner was actually in it. Made it to the second round, but I like when they do that because I know people share a lot. You know, all the scale nerds and Mike. I know you're big into the scale, and I believe it's May 6th, National Scale Day. Check that out on RC Four Wheel Drive's website. They do a nice, cool little thing. You can get a patch. You can get you can get stickers sent to you, and you just got a hashtag. They got all the information on their site, so
absolutely.
check that out.
Were we at weren't we at King of the Castle for the last scale day? Was that
What's that?
I think the last National Scale Day, weren't we at King of the Castle when that dropped?
Yes, yes, because I remember we
I
were.
did I had the face mask, shoot first, ask questions later with the picture of the camera on it.
Yes,
Um, it got kind of witty. I took the page out of the um, guns playbook there and shoot first with the camera. But yeah, National Scale Day, good stuff. I love that RC Four Wheel Drive keeps in touch with the customers like that. Looks like they're hiring too. I saw a post go out that they were taking resumes for 2 different positions over there at RC4 Drive. So if you think you are the man for an account management position over there, was a account manager, and I think some of the other ones was like literally R&D, like looks like RC4 Wheel Drive's ready to take some input from the RC community and maybe take things a new direction. That would be cool.
yeah.
Uh, so we wanted to do we have a scale mail one here? Boom, boom, who's who? RC destination scale mail. Let me throw up scale mail. All right, this is the scale mail segment of the show, and now I'm going to go into the tech tips. And I'm gonna remove the banner up in the upper right hand corner. What should we do for scale mail? Let's go back to Radrc Autism One. I just had something personal I wanted to share with you because I came across this thing. Looking to revise my 3.7 volt drills. I don't want to move that. It's probably behind there. It probably is. I wanted to revise my 3.7 volt cordless drill, and when doing so, I stumbled across this little gem. This is a micro pen with a light, and I don't know if the light's going to show up in here underneath the lighting, but we'll try it. You can see it's got a little light on it, right? But this micro pen is USB rechargeable, and it counts. You can get a whole bunch of different extra bits. This one came with like 30 some bits in it, but these are precision bits. So if you need to work on your iPhone, your Samsung phone, if you're doing tiny stuff, it comes with a little tool to pop the screen off of your phone. Those little tiny screws are ridiculous, but where else do we run into the problem with these little screws, Pete? Like all these 24 scale stuff, right? Tiny little stuff. So this is a little pen, handy. I mean, there's a little bit of power behind this little thing too. Precision micro USB pen. Not This is a no name brand thing. This isn't a promotion. We're not getting a plug. Paid for this thing with my hard earned dollars. Not a gift from everyone. This is not a paid endorsement. Just a little gadget to let you all know it does exist out there on Amazon for like $15. I mean, it was dirt cheap. For $15, dude, I'm telling you, go out there, waste your money, grab it. A neat little thing. And why does that work so well, Pete? Because it's those little gadgets that we can fit in our bag, in your RC bug out bag. That really makes a difference. Getting out there on a trail and having, or at an event, having everything with you makes a whole lot of sense.
I got one for you. Speaking of
Please,
Amazon,
please, please, please.
so this is something I came across. Talk about the bug out bag. Waterproof shockproof, dustproof work light with
Nice.
with an adjustable stand, USB rechargeable.
Yeah,
Two of them.
I got one of them puppies. Yeah,
Right?
and it's
Look,
got the USB on the side,
yeah,
right? Like, you can charge your cell phone off of that.
yeah. So
Yes.
perfect for right into the carryall. Comes with two,
Yeah.
and
Okay. Yeah.
they're bright as hell.
You know what?
Um,
Mine did come with two. That's right. You're 100% right, Peter. Dreamer got the other half of mine. My
yeah.
my bigger twin got my other half. But
So
they
for
were
those night runs, I mean, I know people wear headlamps. I mean, I wear
yeah.
headlamps, but this thing is actually really cool to throw in the bag, and it lasts a long time. It's bright. Um, yeah, cool little gadget.
I love it, love it, love it. Big shout out to our man over at Crawler Cult RC. If you're wondering where we ever where our apparel comes from, the cool clothes that Peter and I get to wear during the Rad Show, they are we pick them up over at Crawler Cult RC. If you want to know, um, so any other scale mail? If not, I want to bring up a carry-all update then.
I got one more.
Okay.
So this has been hanging on my bench, and I haven't really worked on it. But Powerhobby infrared,
Holy crap, that's a temp gun.
yeah, temp gun. So
Holy
now I have a
amazing.
bigger temp gun, but we talk.
Yep.
We're doing a segment on things that can go in the carry-all bag as we
Yes.
transition. This little gadget here, very
Yes.
handy dandy, and a temp gun.
I
Very cool.
I got that a
And
while back, and I put it on my tire. I my wife's like, "Hey, Mike, I need you to check the tire pressure in my car." So I'm digging around my junk drawer, and I'm like, "Oh, check out this little thing. It's a little tire pressure gauge." Totally forgot I had it. I'm out there on my tires, like, why are my tires reading 77 degrees? Like, what the hell is happening? I look at it, I'm like, son of a gun. It's a temp
well,
gun.
the reason why is, and I know before we go to carry-all, I gotta show you something. So I think it would work good when I'm starting to play with this.
Oh yeah.
So this is what I've been working on. A lot of people said drag car. So
Yeah.
this is what's been keeping me busy. Definitely fun truck, team associated. Definitely something different than crawling. But yeah, the temp gun will work good in there. Tires, heat them up. So yeah, that's it for me. I mean, then we talked about the drill last week. 2 weeks ago. This is a cool gadget. All these accessories right in
Absolutely.
the carry-on. So
Yeah. 100%. Love it.
full USB.
Is anybody else picking up static, or is it just, it might be my headphones? I didn't know if the static started when you stepped away from the mic or what. And it could just be my phone, or it could be my earbuds being crappy. And you know what, Peter, that temp gun, it's Power Hobbies market is in the Go Fast Basher scene, and those nitro guys, they are on that temp on their nitro engine like hawks.
Yeah.
And that's how they're tuning them. And even Power Hobbies servicing the buggy racing scene, and yeah,
And it's
that
funny. It's funny you say that. When I went out with the Long Island Basher Club for the first time, I brought my Outcast, my armor. These guys make it look like a guy shows up with like 5X Maxes. These guys are like hardcore, and they just let it rip. And they buy everything from Power Hobby, belts,
fantastic,
tires, everything from Power Hobby. I mean, it's a big scene. He's got that
absolutely,
market kind of locked up. Everybody just the shipping's quick. Right? Right in
yeah,
Jersey, it comes across one day sometimes. So yeah,
yeah.
good products still cranking armor stuff I saw the other day.
We are
Uh,
big fans of the Power Hobby tool line. Absolutely. All their gadgets that they do. You've been bringing in, and you got that. Are we going to save the cool little pliers that you got
oh
until.
yeah, so this was
No,
this
the
is
blue one.
the blue ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so this is another cool tool, the shock pliers, right? It's funny when I first got these, I said to myself, well, what am I going to do with these? And now I use these all the time.
All the time.
It's so many uses for these. Good to have in your toolkit. I mean,
Was that in this issue of RC Correction, or is it the
uh,
next issue?
I think this was in a previous.
Was it previous? I just
Yeah.
saw it recently. They did a nice
Yeah.
little review on it.
And you already have these. These are great to throw into your bag. Micro.
Oh yeah, the SCX-24 ones. Yeah, it might have been the other one. They just did a nice little review on that. On the I do have them handy somewhere. Oh. That you know what? We can roll into that. Might as well. I'm still stalling here on Parker time. I'm gonna send him one more message and see what's happening here. We will send him one more message. We apologize to everybody. If you guys are sticking around here waiting for Brian Parker, we are running on Parker time tonight. Brian Parker, if he makes it here tonight, he is coming with 2023, 2024 schedule updates, some very exclusive news, what's happening in the recon world. We listen. Let's all send out some really.
Did we lose you? Might have lost Mike for a minute. Stand by. You're back?
I'm back.
Okay.
That
you're
was odd.
frozen.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing just locked. It looks like everything's good yet, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Keep going.
We're supposed to have things like set in motion in case Wi-Fi drops somewhere. We're supposed to get some nasty weather. My wife was warning me. She's like, while you're out there doing your show tonight, there's another tornado coming your way. I mean, it got nasty here like an hour and a half ago. It was wicked. So Peter, we were going to do our do you want to do the tech tip and DIY sponsored by CowRc? I just was going to take a deeper dive. We can, you know what, I'm going to throw up the cow logo again. Go over to branding, put the cow logo up. We'll do this nice and official. I wanted to take under banners, let's get tech tips up here. Once we can figure out where all this stuff is, a lot easier. This segment of the show was something that Peter and I thought we could continue to grow. And again, like we made the announcement before the bye week, everybody's skill level out there is different. Please do not laugh if our tech tips seem beneath you. But some of the best tips people have ever shared with me sometimes are the simplest ones. And that's really the approach that we wanted to take, was kind of starting out with this segment, start from the beginning and maybe work our way a different direction. But a tip that I get a lot with Carryall is a question about tools. It always comes back to tools. And sometimes it's my fault. I take the direction, I take the conversation that way when someone new. We have a lot of COVID babies that have come to the RC world. Since COVID started, they came to the RC scene and they're always asking, what's the first upgrade that I need to do on my RC car? My wife just bought me an RC car for Father's Day. What's the first upgrade? Time out, people. No. It's not about servos. It's not about upgrades. Trust me, it's not wheels, not aluminum, no brass. It's not there. It is get over to CowRc and get yourself a solid workstation. 100%. White magnetic work mat. Like, go that direction. Think tools first. If you're already asking about upgrades, you're going, look, I can't wait. That came out so good. And I did order a couple of new mats for myself, some bigger custom ones for my workbench, freshen some things up, and utter butter, hide wipes. I went through the whole gamut. But you know what? The tracking on that stuff, even with shipping with Cal, is always phenomenal too. He does a great job, and there is a great sale running right now over there at CowRc. This segment is sponsored by Cal, but what I didn't want to focus on from Cal, I didn't want to focus on the product from Cal. Cal sponsors this segment. What I wanted to mention again was just tools in general. We're going to show off Powerhobby tools here. But you're asking about upgrades, and number two, you're going to break your car. I promise you that. So why don't you treat yourself to a solid tool set? People worried about stripped hardware. You know why your hardware strips out? It's not the hardware that's always defective or bad. It's not the hardware. It's the tool. If the tip of your tool is wonky, it's going to strip your hardware. It's that simple. So we've showed these toolkits off before, Powerhobby. They're I'm going to call it their top of the line set. I don't know if that's the proper verbiage here, Pete. But it's definitely their upper tier line. It is their Pro series. They come in these cool little containers. They're easy to keep organized, but they feel good in your hand, right, Pete? I mean,
Yeah.
like, these are some decent
Exactly.
quality tools. Again, there's a million other great tools out there for you to use. MIP, which we all know, there's a million great brands out that work well. The purpose of our tech tip this week is to encourage you all to purchase a quality tool set. Period. Rick Perry, the man that moves the snow, the master of disaster, the tower of power. That is the man, sir. Peter, Rick Perry's here. This is the dude that bad influence on us all, who gives us straight plows and V plows, and now he gives us plows for our 1/10th, our 1/6, our 1/24th, our 1/18th. This man's making plows for every scale now. Yeah, he's a bad influence. And there's Sergeant Major. Oh, look at that profile picture. This man came
That's
to
a
play.
good one.
This man came to comment. This man came to the show to comment.
He's actually being quiet. He's being quiet tonight.
He came with a profile pic ready to play. I warned him, Sergeant Major, your profile picture is going to get posted. Yeah, so Sergeant Major at RC would tell you the same thing because he's the one that taught Peter and I how to do it right. And Sergeant Major tells us it starts with the toolkit. All right. Again, it's not a plug for which toolkit to purchase, but I'm telling you, you are going to strip way less hardware when you get your tool game on. And then guess what? If you had a decent hardware kit, if you had a decent little eBay, I mean, who hasn't had the cheaper line of tools floating around? You know, I got some, cheap crap off of eBay before, no name stuff. Guess what? It's not a waste of money, y'all. Throw that stuff in your RC bug out bag and throw your cheaper toolkit into the bug out bag. Keep it there because it's not your daily wrencher, but for your daily wrenching, get yourself a solid toolkit, period. Peter, anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah. I mean, when you go on Powerhobby's website, I mean, I agree. I mean, you got to get yourself a workstation. That's number one, and you definitely got to get the right quality tools. I mean, to your point, I mean, I'm looking at so many different brands of tools that I have. You got to work with what works best for you and your builds. But definitely a nice workstation, plenty of space, and definitely good quality tools. That's definitely a start in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Agree with that.
So, yeah, agree with that. Yeah, Rick Perry seconding that notion also. So, we can get into it each week a little bit further. We'll take the tech tip another step further each week, not a problem. But for right now, the simplest of answers or simplest of suggestions to you people is please just start with that. That's the best we can share. All right, Peter, let's change up our branding. I'm losing faith in Mr. Parker. I'm keeping one eye on my computer screen. We might have to bring in, if there's somebody out there in the comments watching tonight that wants to jump in, throw it up here in the comments because I have a this and that segment of the show that we want to run. If your camera's squared away, if your background's up to point, if you're dressed, if you're not high as hell or drunk right now and you want to get in here and have a little bit of fun with us, one of the cool features of our new software is literally I can invite you in right on the fly. Peter and I have the control to send you an invite, and that is maybe where we're going to be. So I'm putting it out there now. If you want to jump in, we'll put you in deck, and maybe that's the direction we're going to have to end the show on, because I'm dying to do this or that with someone.
Yeah. So as we wait for the comments. So going back to Blue Rock. So it was an interesting post how, people were commenting like, is Blue Rock's happening? Is Blue Rock's happening? And then I remember a couple weeks ago, because I subscribed to Blue Rocks on Facebook. If anybody has them on Facebook and you look that they posted their dates for the summer, G6 is on there. So it was very
Absolutely. It's
interesting because
never
people
been
were
a question. Never been a
were
question.
commenting saying, "Oh, is this really happening?" So
No,
it's interesting.
100%. Yeah.
It's,
It's
it's
never been a
interesting that
question.
the dates are blocked out, according to Blue Rock. So,
Oh, dude, that event is booked for the next 10 years. It's never a question. Always going to happen. Don't get it confused with the fix. The fix is not coming back there. That's the difference. And I
yeah,
think maybe that's what's got people confused. The G6 is living strong, and it will live on forever. And it will. And if it's at Blue Rocks, like when it happens at Blue Rocks, man, it is like one of the dopest campgrounds on the planet.
well, and
And
it's a
it
great
even
it's a great weekend, and for the people that live close and that fly in, I
all
mean,
the time.
I already told my wife we're gonna go up there, So, um,
My camera lighting gets wonky. I can't. I turn orange. I wish if I'm gonna turn a color on my screen, I want to turn blue. I'm gonna smurf it the entire month of April. I'm a giant smurf. I'm blue everything.
yeah, there's people commenting now. They already got. Here's a comment right here. They already got their camp spot. So not only the comp side of things. I mean, I remember started training for it. The event piece.
Oh, for the
It's
fix.
just
Yeah,
it's just a nice weekend. I mean, the scale.
absolutely.
Mike, remember when we first met and we went? The scale photography that you get there.
Oh, the
Uh,
terrain is amazing. It's a half
you
hour
know,
from my house.
it's a great weekend just to get away. And
Yes, we love it, and the food. And I must eat
the
6 of them
walk-off
walking tacos.
taco.
My walking taco, my s'more Sundays. I can't wait to get back. Um, we're going to talk a little bit about Carryallrc. Why I have all the guardrails up, and I have my bumper rails, and everybody locked in here that can't leave. This is a segment of the show that we are going to do a shameless plug for my business, my company, my blood, sweat, and tears goes into this brand, and I need to tell you all right now, Bobby Mack, my man. Oh,
Hey,
dude.
Bobby, thanks for joining in.
Oh, Bobby, thank you for tuning in, sir. That man, him, Element, we got nothing but love for Bobby Mack and the whole Element family. So listen,
Mike,
here's
we got somebody this or that before you go on. Defender
awesome,
Customs.
excellent. Oh,
Defend-
no way, no, I'm not
Oh,
doing it 2 weeks in a row with you, knucklehead. And what you want? Another chance to beat the time clock? I'm happy
all
to
right.
jump in. All right, well,
All right, so go on to
Boy,
the comment.
Is Bobby Mack ready to jump in? Bobby, I dare you. If Brian Parker doesn't show up, I don't want to steal his thunder. Bobby Mack's earning a seat in the hot seat. He's getting a whole hour with us one of these days. I'm not getting anything back from him yet. But listen, let me give you a little update here on Carryallrc. So listen, anybody here tuned in that has just recently purchased any product from Carryall within the last 72 plus hours. If you're waiting on a product, I have a Zoom meeting tomorrow with the Trail Turtles. As long as the weather holds up, the crew out of Chicago, the Trail Turtle, this crew, I mean, they bought 25 bags for their whole entire crew. We're doing a special one-on-one tutorial tomorrow. I'm getting in on a Zoom meeting with them. Going to go through all the bells and whistles with them as far as how the bag works, all that good stuff. Make sure they're getting the most out of the product, and I would do that for anyone that purchases a sling bag or a backpack. And that has been the hot item right now. Is people are buying up the combos. They're buying the backpack and the sling bag together, which makes a ton of sense. When I hear the comment, I can't decide between the backpack or the sling bag, it makes my head hurt because you're not comparing apples with apples. They're two different animals doing two different things. So there is nothing to get hung up on. It's not this or that. Unfortunately, you got to get them both because they're both doing different things. But one of the things that I always get asked about, so One is we have a lot of support coming in on Monday to help us try and get caught up because there has been a massive surge. We're just short of turning the site off for a little bit to let us get caught up. It's a good problem to have right now, but I ask everyone for your patience, please. We are doing the best that we possibly can. Monday, you should get an update on tracking information on 50% of the orders out there. We are grinding. We got, reinforcements coming in to help. J Team, hey, J Team, I know you're looking to jump on here. If you are ready to put your money where your mouth is, buddy, I'll take you on a little this and that tonight. If you got your A game on there, J Team, let's do it. The dare is on. And Peter, am I turning orange on the screen? Like, I don't know what the hell is happening here with my lighting. It's making me change orange all of a sudden. It goes white. And I don't know if the lights are changing or what. It's driving me insane. The other thing that we get asked about, Peter, this happened at USTE. When I flew through customs with my carry-all bag, I had a grenade on the back of it, right? These little grenades were done up for the adventure team, a little signature series that we did for adventure team guys, our brand ambassadors, to be identified out on the trail. They're carrying a little grenade on their backpack. That was the whole vision of the grenade, and that's the backstory on it. Well, we get to USTE, and somebody there tells us, I'm not going to say his name, but had this genius idea. He's like, that should actually be a functional item. So we collaborated with another vendor out there. If anybody is familiar with the local Pennsylvania brand, Aiden Builds RC. Little guy's doing a great job out there, doing some great work and some very cool custom scale accessories. Well, let me take the thunder and show you what this thing does. So the grenade is now functional. You don't want to necessarily drink a shot out of it. I'm joking. But this thing will hold 6 AA batteries, your nuts, your bolts, your body pins. It's actually a cool little functional piece that we will be putting up on the site as an option to mount on your backpack. This is the direction that we're going. Just a little accent piece for your carry-all sling bag or your backpack functional piece. This one is a prototype. My ride or die second half at Carryall, Mr. Glenn Shelley, aka Dreamers, got the other one. We've been beta testing these puppies, rocking them. The final versions will have some logoing on them. We'll have some color options available and sign you up, my man. That's our boy Peter. Jeff is first in line. Maybe we get a couple done with the rad logo on them right away. But yeah, fun little thing. I was excited to let you all know about that. J-Rock Zombie. You could. You know what? I don't have my reefs tips here. What if this is the same length as it? I don't. My reefs toolkit is in the box. You know what?
Yeah, the drill bit tips.
You're almost. Yeah, the one set of tips. How long are the reefs tips? The ones I have here. These are my reefs tips. I think these are too long. I don't know. Did Reef do another set of tips besides these?
Yeah, he did.
I swear these were my reefs. I swear that these were my reefs tips. I kept them separate. The reefs ones were nice, but that's a freaking genius idea there. Corey's got it right. Hang on, I have another set over here too. Oh yeah, there's definitely some other tips that will fit. Yeah, definitely. It is a tip holder. It will do it. Oh yeah, the ones that are inside that handle, dude. If they're in that, oh yeah, yep, 100%. Corey, if you're talking about those tips, 100%. Yeah, they'll rock. Yeah, cool little gadget. Something something different, something fun. And you can get through TSA with your grenade. It's been proven. I got through twice with it. I think it looks novel enough. It's not threatening enough. Yeah, the Reese pouch it came with and all. It's a sexy little tool handle. Peter, do we have anybody else willing to jump in here? Corey Allen, are you man enough to jump in the hot seat for 10 minutes and do a little TNT. Who wants to do it? Let me get over here in these comments. Do we have anybody with the camera ready and ready to do it? Oh, yeah, excellent. Corey, thank you for sending Parker a text to throw that comment up. Now we got other people sending yeah, Corey sending Parker a message also. I love it. Peter, have you scrolled across anybody? Bobby, I'm daring you. You ready? J Team Addie's RC. You want to play TNT? Because Peter and I are wrapping up towards the end of the show. The letter of this week's show is going to be brought to you by. Maybe not screw this up before I go out there too far. All right. Let me get my background music. That's the one thing we messed up on tonight, Peter. Could have done a little bit more background music. But I can fantastic. Now we're going to pull up here a little bit of rock and roll music in the background. We got the volume set.
So you're bringing back the prize with the letter of the week?
Yes, we're going to bring back the letter of the week, and this is a segment of the show that should not require any explanation. Peter and I have been doing the letter of the show for a while. It is a 4-letter word. Where's my banner? I did a banner for this one. 4-letter words. Anywhere. Letter of the week. We'll take that one. The letter of the week is brought to you by the letter L. And L comes with an explanation. So the 4-letter word that we are going to do, we'll give you a letter each week. First letter this week of this one is L. And then next week we'll give you another letter, and the week after that another letter, and so on. The first one to guess the 4-letter word will be entered into a raffle to win the prize. The letter L stands for live, laugh, love, like, lessons learned, leisure is a luxury. So I tried to group a crap ton of L all together. This week's show is brought to you by the letter L, but there is a lot of lessons to be learned in that. What is the hobby? You got to remember, people, the hobby is a luxury, okay? This is your leisure time. Remember to always live your hobby. Remember to laugh. If you're going to love the hobby, you need to take a step back once in a while and not be so damn stressed out over social media and all the nonsense that goes with it. Just enjoy the hobby. You get back to the grassroots of it, to the core of it all, and remember, we came to this hobby as a stress reliever. I hate when people get also so worked up and stressed out over a hobby. This is supposed to be your retreat time, your leisure time to come back and relax. So again, this week's show is brought to you by the letter L. Peter, I'm going to try and turn our music off here.
Fish and Bill said he would jump in.
Holy crap! We're going to do it then. Did we, Peter? Go back to your memory bank. Did we do Fish and Bill already? I know we had him on, but I don't know if I did that segment then.
Yeah, I don't think we had the segment. He could do it.
Okay, all right, hang on. We're gonna pause our rock and roll music in the background. We got special music for this and that segment. We're going back in here to give Mr. Parker one more time to either retreat or jump in. Hello. It's getting later and later as it goes anyway.
Bobby Mack said he would jump on. Bobby Mack said he's on his TV. We're on his TV, so he'll jump on. Let's get Bobby on.
All right. Well, yeah. Oh, I hit music in the background. I'm like, where's all that background noise coming from? I accidentally did that. Yeah, I think, you know what? Yeah, on my TV, I jump on. Yeah, you know what, Bobby? Our software is set up. It's cloud-based. It will not bog down your phone. And our software should coordinate, even if you're going to jump in off of your phone. The software should position you accordingly, so we can do that. Let us get set up. We'll come right back to you, Bobby. Thank you for a solid plan B to help keep the show from a total failure. So that's what happens with the live show, people. Once in a while, you got to think on the fly and kind of adjust as we go. Um, and we will Saturday Night Live. The best that we can do, Peter. I just want to make sure one more thing before, because once we bring Bobby Mack on, and we're selling Bobby short because he earned himself a seat here for an entire hour. Bobby, if we're bringing you on, we're going to be clear about that. You're a man saving the show, and we will just do that segment and have to have you come back at another time. Peter, is there anything else that you want to do on your end?
No, I'm good.
Sponsor rundowns. We got everybody. April 1st. Did anybody throw out there who's the fool? That's the
Yeah,
segment. Did I get any names? Anybody saying anyone out there who to follow, who to watch, who's killing it? Because I'm ready to give you my name. I'm telling you, people, from the Rad Show standpoint, from what we've been watching out there, there is a gentleman on Instagram, and Addy's RC. You can jump in here and tell us if we're wrong. He has a Facebook page and what he's working under, but um, under his Instagram name, he's working as Turks, Turks, Turks and Jerks. That's the kind of an example that we're talking about. We're nominating him and throwing his name in the pot. He has been automatically nominated for entry level for one of the grand prizes that we will do. But again, it's just like an not unwilling, unsuspecting person out there, peers. We're seeing what they're doing. Much respect for what that guy's doing. So if you don't follow him on Instagram, we would encourage you to go check out some of his cool stuff. And really what pushed me over the edge is what he did recently with some of his FMS stuff. He took the One Last Rock Hobby and Primer Series, the thing, back bed. And again, no disrespect to anyone else out there. I know there's a ton of people doing great stuff. I get it. We're not going to be able to list everyone's freaking name. So don't get butthurt because we didn't say your name. There's a lot of weeks to go. Hopefully we do get to your name and recognize what you're doing. But, to get the ball rolling, I'm not ashamed to throw out a name. Like we're saying Turks and Jerks, keep doing what you're doing. Bobby Lindquist, you missed your plug there, sir. We said you're doing great things. But yeah, Peter, any other names out there that we need to
Yeah,
recognize out loud?
there's quite a few. Wayne's
Good.
World RC,
100%.
Tyler Slane.
100%.
Yeah, they're up top in the comments here. Russell Mote, Mote, and Justin Akins. So thank you guys for dropping names in. Definitely people could look up their social channels tomorrow, and we'll keep dropping names, getting some recognition for everybody's hard work. Sometimes things go unnoticed.
Absolutely.
All right, you're gonna get Bobby on.
I am. That's what I'm going to do right now. We are going to flex some muscle. Here. We're going to show off. This is when I'm going to show you what we can do now. This is so freaking cool. You remember when we used to do the roulette style Facebook Lives on the fly, spontaneously bringing them in? This is what that feels like, roulette style. And I'm babbling because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Cancel. Peter, if you invite, I got it. Invite. Stream Messenger. Bobby Mack, you keep an eye, Sir Peter. Is everything still good on your end? Are we still up and live?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'm not on that screen anymore. Enter friends. I'm gonna see if this works. Bobby Mac. Oh, Bobby Mac, I found you. And I'm going to write a word messenger. Now, 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 and send. Boom. All right, Bobby Mac. All right, Bobby Mac. We just sent you your invite. Now we wait. See if he's been teasing us. In the meantime,
Get your Jeopardy music queued up.
yep, we'll get our Jeopardy music ready. And Brian Parker, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry to the people who tuned in tonight that wanted to see Parker again. Um, don't hate the messenger and don't hate the man. It was Mother Nature. She's a wicked bitch. And she wanted to throw a little of that nasty storm stuff at Parker tonight. It's not his fault. We will definitely reschedule him. Unfortunately, I think we got most of April on lock. We got guests lined up. We're going to have to get him at another time. Fishing Bill ain't no small fish. I've heard you. And, right? Fishing Bill. He ain't no small fish.
Let me
Fishing
tell
Bill.
you, just a shout out to him. He just
Yeah.
painted that race car body, that black one that came out
Yeah.
super. That's a nice little paint job he did there.
I had.
Oh, look, Mike, we have our guest.
Oh, is he here? Oh, he's
Yeah.
in the green room. He is in the green room. All right. I wanted to show you something from Fishing Bill. He slayed it on a little 24 scale cliffhanger. He mirrored it to my 10 scale cliffhanger. Fishing Bill's got wicked skills. He ain't no little fish. And we send Fishing Bill all sorts of love. The man's going for surgery on Monday. So all of our love and prayers go to you, Bill, for a speedy recovery. All right, Bobby, we see you there in the green room. We are going to do our best right now to bring you in. Peter, what do you want to do? Just click on him. And next. There he is. Now, give that software a second. Uh-oh, what happened there? It jumped. There we go. Now, Bobby, let's test your audio, sir.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear him.
Oh, that's good.
That is good. Bobby, thank you for spontaneously being willing to jump in here.
Absolutely.
This will be fun. Now, I do apologize to you here, Bobby. Wait a second, Peter. Oh, wait, we got to get that overlay off. Is that overlay up on your screen, Peter, or is it just mine?
Yeah.
It's just me?
No, it's on mine. It's on
Okay,
YouTube.
we got to get that overlay off. Boom. Oops. Oh, crap.
Bobby, nice to finally. I know we talk a lot on social media. Nice to finally put a face to a name.
Yeah, same. Appreciate, like I said earlier, I appreciate all you guys doing everything.
Thank you.
And appreciate bringing me on as well. Super late notice, but sucks couldn't get Parker on here.
I know.
I've known that guy for a while. He's an awesome dude. He's done an unrealistic amount for the hobby.
And it takes somebody like you that's been around for a while to understand that and appreciate it. There are some new faces that have come to the hobby since COVID started, and they might they're still questioning, who is this guy? And yeah, he's been quiet. COVID literally crippled this man's industry. His what was his livelihood. COVID brought it to a standstill with travel restrictions, group gatherings. When COVID was starting, I mean, his life was filled with, well, I can't get 25 people together here at a time, even outdoors. Like, I mean, COVID ruined this man's life. But I'm so happy COVID's on the trail end of our lives, and it's so exciting to see the resiliency of him and wanting to bring it back. We will do our best, Bobby, to reschedule him and give him a full-time slot. And Bobby, we are going to do our best to bring you back for another full hour. But what we're going to do is end our show tonight with a little rapid fire of a fun little segment that Peter and I started a couple weeks ago. It is called This and then. And the purpose of this is to get to know the guest a little bit. In a quick setting, I'm going to throw you two examples. For example, call or text. You're simply going to fire back to me which one you prefer. And we have Peter, do we have Jeopardy music somewhere in the background? Again, Scale Audio Solutions, put this together. Let me try that one. Oh, we got Jeopardy music. Awesome. All right, Bobby, our connection is clean. Our audio is good. Peter, you are going to set that time clock for 1 minute. And guess what, Bobby? There is no wrong answer, okay? Only if you say Coca-Cola. Beyond that, you can say whatever you want.
Pepsi.
All right. All right. You can stay. All right. So, again, this is something you cannot fail. This is only for fun. Oh, here we go. Call or text?
Text.
Water bottle or reusable bottle? Like a Yeti
water
cooler.
bottle. Yeah.
I'm a water bottle guy. I'm a water bottle guy too. Would you rather go to a bar or go to church?
Probably a bar. I mean, I have a bar in my house, so probably a bar.
My man, he's a partier. Pizza or Chinese food?
Chinese food.
Slot machines or blackjack?
Blackjack.
Are you a Lexan or a hard body?
I like Lexan.
Medical use or recreational? And we're talking about 420.
Yeah, I neither, but
Neither. Oh, shit.
I'm a to each your own. So if you need it, you need it.
Okay. Do no harm to me. Do what you want to yourself. I just got a message from Parker that he's here. So we're going to finish up with you, and we'll see what we'll reconvene here with what Mr. Parker's doing. So Parker's saying, send me links. But we're halfway into this. Peter, if you want to text Parker and tell him to chill out, we'll be doing him in a second. Listen, we're going to finish this up since we started it, Bobby. Here we go. Burger or a hot dog?
Burger.
Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup.
Are you a brush motor or brushless guy?
Oh, man. Parker will probably not like this, but I kind of went back to brushed.
Hey, there is a time and a place for a brush motor. Are you a Jeep guy or a truck guy?
Truck.
Would you rather win the lottery or find your soulmate?
Soulmate.
Flat rail or C channel?
C channel.
1.9 or 1.5?
1.9.
Chicken or tuna?
Chicken.
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi all day.
All right. KFC or McDonald's?
McDonald's.
An action movie or comedy?
Comedy.
Cat or dog?
Dog.
Peter, did you send him a message?
Yeah.
All right. Are you a summer or winter guy? Did I just ask that? No. Where do we end? Cat or dog? My next question to you is summer or winter?
Summer.
Are you a country or a city boy?
Country all day.
with that party in the back, I knew it. Scale or performance? Do you build for scale or for performance?
Performance scale?
I knew it. I love it. That is like the word of the year. It is going to end up in our Webster dictionary. I've been hearing more people say it. Spicy Doritos or Cool Ranch Dorito?
Cool Ranch.
Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook.
Samsung or an iPhone?
iPhone.
Monopoly or Life?
Life.
Hunt or fish?
Fish.
College football or NFL?
College football.
All right. A UFO or Bigfoot?
UFO.
Nice. I shouldn't be saying that. I can't be biased here. Crunchy or smooth peanut butter?
Smooth.
Are you an air guitar or air drum guy?
Air drum.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
I was waiting for a both out of you. Tattoos or piercings?
Definitely tattoos.
Do you prefer, I guess, ice hockey or baseball?
No, neither.
Neither.
No. If they were
When
on
you
the
get
TV and I had to choose one, I'd probably go outside.
Do you watch Fox News or CNN?
Neither.
That's a safe answer. I love it. 80s music or 90s music?
Probably 90s.
I'm not cheering for that. I'm an 80s music guy, but that was a cheer to let you know that we got to the end of our this or that segment. Mr. Bobby Mack steps in out of left field to save the day and keep the show alive from an epic fail. Bobby, keep this seat warm for you. We will.
Absolutely.
I'm talking like Yoda now. We will keep this seat warm for you in the green room. We need you back again. We'll probably skip to this and that segment, but we will bring you back for a full hour so we can talk. Get your insights into USTE. Talk to us, educate us on Scalar Fab and what you've got going on all over the RC world. We want to know what is happening through the lenses of Bobby Mack. So what do you say? Can we schedule you for another round?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that'd be awesome.
All right. So this is where we're going to keep it short. I'm going to kick you in the rear end, get you out of here, and we're going to take a vote on what we're going to do about Mr. Brian Parker.
Yep, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
Thanks a lot, Bobby.
Thank you. Peter, can you get him out?
Yeah,
Forgive me. I'm trying to make this like a drop the mic execution. Get him out of here, but I'm not getting the timing right. Stand by, Bobby. We're going to kill your camera here.
Yep.
All right, people, if there's anybody in the chat room, if there's anybody still sticking around with us, we're at the 1 hour and 22 mark. We're going to, ready when you are. All right, stand by, Meatball. Peter, are you still good on your end?
Yeah, I just need you to change the overlay and bring Parker in.
Okay. All right. Stand. This guy's freaking out. All right. Stand by. Stand by. Boom. Stand by. All right. Let me move my microphone out of the way here. Stand by. And we're going to bring in Brian Parker. All right. So we're going to move our overlay back. Overlay. Radrc show. And we'll get rid of this one. Hide that one. Boom. Nope. Hide and show. And get rid of that one. There you go. There you go. So we got us back. Why is the it's that we need to do this. So we'll move that to there. That makes us back to just us two. You're getting the banner ready. I'm going up here to invite. You take care of all that stuff. Peter, look for some rock and roll music to bring in this man. I'm going to send him a messenger invite. Brian Parker, if you are watching, check your messenger right now. Brian Parker. Boom. And we're going to hit send. And hit send. All right, people, we're pausing for station identification here. That screen, Peter. 1 second. Away. Brian Parker, help me. got some rock and roll music playing. Parker's got the invite. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. We're doing this in reverse, people. If you are still here in the guest room, we are taking the Radrc show into overtime. Get our A game on. Let me just see if Parker got a invite here.
You're gonna have to
click
switch the
on-
over.
Yes, we will have to switch it over to a 3-person one in a minute. And hopefully by next week, we'll have some nice new overlays built for our 3-people guest. But for the first one, right out of the gate, was not bad. Definitely happy with these. Some of our artwork needs a little bit of help. I think the only one we didn't take out for a test drive yet was our Treal one. Saturday Night Live, that one we did, but it's just not big enough.
All right, he's in the green room.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So, Peter, what I would do first is change it to a 3-person, and we can stack it. I wish we could put Brian in. I hope we can put Brian on stage. I want us 2 to be the smaller ones and put Brian up bigger. Hopefully that's something that we can figure out. Mr. Parker, if you can hear us, we are going to turn on
Outstanding.
your camera right now.
Excellent. Hello, gentlemen.
Howdy, sir. Now, wait 1 second, Brian. Bear with us as we get rid of our overlay next. We're going to hide that.
That's good right there.
Yeah, the only thing I was looking for, Peter, was to actually remove the overlay. I thought there was a way to hide the entire standby part. We were going to take care of some of this tonight behind the scenes, which we're doing this a little bit on the fly. Bear with me here.
Take your time, gentlemen. We're used to on the fly.
Hide. I guess then that's the background. That must be our background color. Give me 1 more second. I wanted to put you on stage. I wonder if that... Look at that. That's what I wanted to do. I just slid the camera right over and yeah. So Brian, we're a little out of sync. We're in overtime right now. We've been going on this show for a little bit, but we know that you've been dealing with your own headache over there. So let us start an official show. We're going to let you say who you are and maybe tell us a little story of what you've been dealing with and why Parker Time exists. Why did I say Parker Time 4 times tonight?
Well, gentlemen, first and foremost, congratulations on your 1-year anniversary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Both of you, what you do for our hobby/sport is absolutely incredible. And I have nothing but love and respect for both of you. It's good to see you.
It's great to see you. It's been a while.
It has been a while. Real quick, yes, we've been on Parker Time. We've had some crazy weather here. I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. I don't want to foreshadow anything. We'll talk about how I'm in Asheville, North Carolina just in a little bit.
Okay.
But we have extremely high winds. Half the city had power. The other half did not have power. We finally found power, found Wi-Fi. And then, of course, as fate would have it, I'm at 8% battery, so had to stop and get a charger because left all the charging equipment in the house, so to speak, which we'll touch on here in a minute as well. But I have to thank great friends for getting me to this location so I can talk with you and your fabulous followers, guests, supporters. And I have to thank the G Crew because I want to be talking to y'all without their support and help. But most of all, I have to thank the Recon G6 family. And as you both know, that family stretches worldwide. Without them, there'd be a whole lot of people that wouldn't be probably where they're at today. So without their support and their sense of adventure, and our sense of adventure, because this has been an adventure just to make your 1-year anniversary show, which I'm so honored to be a part of. Take it away, gentlemen. I'm at your disposal.
Fantastic. That was a great introduction. Prior to you coming on, we had a chance to prime things up a little bit and get people kind of excited. But I think the most important thing we needed to address tonight, Brian, was that the hobbies changed a little bit since COVID has come along, and you, sir, have been a victim that has really, bowed down and taken a hard licking from COVID. It changed your life a little bit. The residual effects from it, but it's sure great to see you resilient and coming back. But for somebody, a COVID baby that just came to RC, can you wrap up what is Recon G6 in a nutshell? And hopefully what we're getting to, I want to show the world, the COVID babies, what they have in front of us tonight. I can say the words, a rock legend, and the crawling scene, we can give you the praise, but hopefully they're going to see it a little bit. And you've been the baby, the founder behind this little recon world, and tell us what it is.
Well, what I have found, Mike, is I can tell you what the Recon G6 means to me, but really the Recon G6, when I say it's a lifestyle, it's not just a cliche. It really is a lifestyle. And to understand what the Recon G6 is, you have to ask the drivers, the participants, the members of the G6 family, what they experienced during the event. I've just been blessed to be the vessel that provides this quirky, fun, adventurous form of radio-controlled scale adventure. And it's really been a roller coaster of a ride. And so a quick history. I started the RC comp thing back in 2000 and oh my goodness, 2007 with the comp scene. The comp scene become more competitive and unfun to me, to where you're hosting events for the top 5% of the RC community. And I really wanted to change in things. And at that point in time, Axial Racing was my number one supporter. And they had the Poncho, the Bomber Betty. And what was that silver Land Rover looking thing? I always forget the name of that rig. Anyway, it was a scale vehicle. I'll think of it always in a minute. And I had so much fun playing with those that it was like, you know what? Let's pump the brakes on the competitive scene. And what do they do with these scale vehicles? So I was a little heartbroken when I found out that they have the same competition format. So I slept on it for a couple of nights. Yeah, I slept on it for a couple of nights and come up with Recon G6, an adventure. And it worked. I mean, it's still working.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, COVID really put a halt to our operations, especially the early stages. You got to go back to 2020 with the lockdowns. And then every state had their own different scenario for group meetings. And you both know that the Recon G6 it's a family. It's like a family reunion. I don't care where we're at in the world. It's a family reunion. And when you couldn't gather like that, it really put a hurt on things. And, no one knew what we were going through. That I think that was the key thing. So we did manage to keep one event going in 2020, 2021, 2022, which was Blue Rocks Family Campground. We had to jump through some hoops. G6ers came out and they supported. They kept their social distancing, and we made it work. but that was just one state from worldwide. So, if you don't mind, I would like to make an announcement. I've been holding off putting the the 2023 event list up, so I could make the announcement on your 1-year anniversary.
Let it rip. This is something we have been hungry for, and you knew this.
Yeah, well, I've been hungry for it too. So we already have one event posted, and we're returning to Missouri. One of our and let me backtrack. I have to thank I have to thank our sponsors and supporters of the Recon G6. They really helped get through part of COVID until it got to a time where we didn't know what was going on, and I kind of put the freeze on everything. So, the Pitbull RC, RRW Crawl Zone, all of our sponsors, the Tekin Racing, Holmes Hobby, Horizon Hobby, they really supported during that time the best they could, which kept us somewhat afloat. But now we are back in the driver's chair, and I'm looking forward to going to Missouri. It's our first time back in Missouri since COVID hit, and we're definitely hitting Blue Rocks Family Campground again. That is a staple. It's just a staple. If you've never been, the Woods family is incredible. The facility is immaculate, and I've listened to the last several years that we've been there. The only bit of the year we've had it in conjunction with the Fix Enduro, which is basically the only competitive type style event I do, but it's more of a singular thing. It's an individual thing where you both have experienced it. It's an endurance event. We are doing that this year on a Thursday, separate from the G6. We're getting back to the roots of the G6, where we have drivers meetings. We go out and we'll have the stages on Saturday. You can drive them beforehand, but you won't have the scavenger hunts. You won't have the driver challenges until Saturday after drivers meeting. I've had a lot of time to think of during this COVID thing and what I really missed, what I want to bring back, what we kind of got away from just because of natural progression. So Missouri, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, we're RRW Crawl Zone was mad supportive during COVID, and we're returning to RRW Crawl Zone in Tennessee for a G6, and we're going back to Europe. Italy,
Hey, Parker,
the first.
Parker, can I
Yes.
cut you off for 1 second, because you're unpacking a lot of information here at once, and
Okay.
I need to make sure we are all hearing this correctly, because one thing, there is a lot of alpha males out there that live for the fix and this competitive and need to build for it. Did you just announce that the fix is going to be held again in Pennsylvania at Blue Rocks Campground on Thursday?
Yes.
So the clock is ticking. People, if you are building a truck for the fix, we're 3 months out. April, May, June,
Yes.
4 months.
All that information will be posted up April 14th, I believe, is the 90-day mark. So all the events will be 90 days out, and that's when you'll get your details. But you can start building now, because the fix will be on Thursday, and then Friday we're getting back to some of the unique events at a typical Recon G6. And then Saturday will be the Recon G6, where we're going to, like I said, have the events and the night stage by Aiden Builds RC, another fantastic sponsor of the Recon G6 that really helped out during the COVID stuff. So yeah, I'm super excited. And like I said, we haven't G6'd Europe since 2019.
This is a worldwide adventure. So appreciate this, people. What he is talking about is worldwide. And they do it a little bit different there. Is it the same style truck, or is
In
it the
Europe?
same format? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. The one of the great things I like about the Recon G6 is you can insert yourself when you're part of that Recon G6 family. You can insert yourself wherever we're at, Hong Kong, Costa Rica, um, wherever we've been, Canada, and you're with family. It's the same feeling. You know, I used to get asked when I traveled all the time prior to COVID, don't I ever miss being home? And the answer is no, because every time I'm at an event, I feel like I'm home. And that's just people that get it. And I'm sure you both can attest to that. You see friends that you've met maybe from previous G6s, and now you've become best friends and you consider them family.
100%. And I love how you got started talking about Blue Rock so well. Not only is it an amazing venue, but you started right out with the owners and the family over there. So I know it had a soft spot in your heart, but the G6 is family wherever you go.
Yes, the and that's one of the, when we go back to Missouri, we're at an old venue, Flat Nasty OHV Park, under new ownership, and the old owners, fantastic. Ron, they were family, and from what I gather from the new owners, they're the same way. So we're really excited to be back at Flat Nasty. And like I said, Blue Rocks is just Blue Rocks. You can't get a better venue in my opinion. They have everything. The Jed and his whole family go above and beyond, even giving the G6 family their own special menu for that weekend.
The food is amazing.
I mean, come on. Swimming pool. Yeah,
Yep.
swimming pool, diner, Woody's Diner.
Oh, and Desmond Mooney would love to come there just to crawl the rocks around the pool. You could crawl the rocks around that pool and not drive the same line twice in a week. There's so much cool stuff to do at that place, and I know it always brings you back. You've got a soft spot in your heart for that one. But one of the pictures that you're painting here is people, if you're trying to understand what this is all about, there is no comp. This is about a family adventure with friends. Bring your family to somewhere like Blue Rocks, and you're going to get that family vibe. One of the things that Mr. Parker, you take very seriously is no nonsense. You're making sure people are staying respectful with language and not getting too crazy. You want a kid-free zone. You try to keep it PG-13 wherever you go. And as a dad, and the Radrcahow show stands for RC Addicted Dads, it meant a lot to Peter and I to know, that you cared so much about even the kids having a great experience.
Yeah,
next generation.
Yeah, I can't take 100% credit for that. That was, back in the day when we first started and we first started comping, a lot of people don't know. I come from the one-to-one world, and we wheeled hard. And it was your typical, we heckled each other and we had fun. And then the RCs allowed us. Well, and actually, I didn't even start with RCs. I started with you may or may not remember the Walmart AAA battery crawlers that had four-wheel parts as a brand on it. And you just turned them on and they went straight. I built a 120 square foot rock crawling course on my back patio. I saw cut rocks to create canyons just for these non-drivable, non-RC vehicles. And we would stay out till 2 a.m. and heckle each other and cheer. And someone said, "Hey, have you ever seen one of these nylons?" And I was like, "What?" You could drive it. And that's how we got started with the nylons on RC Crawler, the comp scene. The first time I did an event in my backyard, we had like 20 some guys. And then we went to Moon Rocks and had almost 50 in snow. We had 2 burn barrels going, and that's when I realized, hey, we might have something here, because they weren't doing that on RC Crawler. They weren't getting that kind of numbers, and we were doing things a little bit differently. But it wasn't kid friendly. I mean, I would sit there in driver's meeting and say some curse words and be like, hey, if you brought your kids and they don't know these words, tell them it's adult language and not to repeat it. And the first time I held an axial West Coast, it was actually just going to be called the, at that time, it was the BPRCA, Brian Parker Rock Crawling Association, and we were going to do a West Coast Championships. And Axial called and wanted to be the title sponsor. So that became the Axial West Coast Championships. I did the same thing. And this guy out of the Bay Area, he was a LEO, and God bless our law enforcement officers. He says, hey, Parker, I don't know how you want to, where you're going with this. Do you want to keep it in your backyard? That's great. But I think if you made it family friendly, you could really go places. And he did it in an email. It was great constructive criticism. And I thought, you know what? Let's try that just to see what happens. Well, I'll tell you what happened. Here we are today with a brand that's worldwide, and it's known for family-friendly fun because we did not permit drinking to be on courses. You can do that back in your pits. Now, you know, we've faced new challenges when states allowed 420 to be friendly and legal. You know, we had to meet those challenges as well and say, hey, look, if you have to medicate in your pits or your campsite. Please don't medicate out on the trails where we do have kids and underage youth that don't need to be around that. So just be adult about what you're doing, and it's worked out great.
If you got gas, be in the back of the line.
You know, and there's multiple stages, so you can definitely pick and choose your stages, and when you want to go out. You're not going to please everybody all the time, and we don't try. What we do is we put down a recipe for adventure. We allow you to be your own action adventure hero and go have fun, because I've always said from day one, who am I to tell you how to build your toy cars, and who am I to tell you how to play with them? All we do is set a stage so you can go out and be your own action adventure hero.
And somebody like yourself that has knowledge in the one-to-one crawling scene is a gift to us people, because you're setting stages and giving us scale water. Not everybody's going to do that. And you're putting that attention to detail. When we get into that creek at Blue Rocks, you're looking for that line that's going to set us up for that great photo, because we all want content to share. And you're giving us those scale water photo shots. And I think it comes with, you know, your history and being able to crawl one-to-one and bring it to the RC side. And something that you touched on, if you've ever crawled your RC car in a one-to-one park, you notice we geek out over each other's stuff. Those guys crawling in their big rock crawlers are, you know, they're gazing over at us. We're, you know, geeking out over their stuff. It's fun to see the respect and love for both sides of it, but it's almost like we would trade controller for keys in a heartbeat. But you know, their jealousy, I guess, is just a thing. You just want what somebody else has, and everything always looks cooler. Grass is greener on the other side. I don't know.
It's more like this. A driver's a driver. It doesn't matter the size of the car. And I've often said that I think this is why I'm so addicted to the RC side of things, especially the scale side of things. It's the only genre of RC that I find the scale balances out, where it's vehicle capability and driver ability. And you have to learn those things, just like in the one-to-one world. And a lot of people, you know, I was prepping for this before this little storm hit, and I come across my 2014 King of the Hammers patch. And I was like, oh my gosh, has it been that long since our first G6 at King of the Hammers? Wow. And we have, you know, a lot of one-to-one drivers, especially back in the comp scene, Cody Wagner from Laser Nut. We were paying more money with the toy cars, with the crawlers, than what they were paying for the 1-to-1 crawlers. So you had Jake Wright, you had Cody Wagner, you had Dustin, I can't think of his last name right now. They would jump out of their 1-to-1 buggies, run up in their fire suits, and run an RC course with their RC cars.
Wow.
You know, Larry McCray, Lance Clifford, these drivers, Rick Payway, the old editor-in-chief of Peterson's Full Drive magazine, he's part of the G6 family. They've all G6'd at King of the Hammers.
Wow.
You know, so the G6 family, it's addicting to drivers because they're drivers. You know, it's a lot of fun. And you know, we've been at Moab, we've been at Easter Jeep Safari. There's one thing I'm not right now. I don't have the green light to announce it, but we do have another big event planned this year that I just don't have the liberty to talk about it yet. But it is another American, let's say, it's going to involve some G6 stages, but it's more of an RC event that we're going to get to host and start it just like we started Axial Fest. You know, a lot of people, especially you mentioned the new people into the hobby.
Yeah.
They Axial West Coast Championships, AWCC. When I told Axial I was done with the comp scene, Jeff Johns was the owner at that time, and he says, look, I want to do a brand only event and I want to call it Axial Fest. Can you create something? So at that time, the G6 was about a year old. I took a year to fine tune the G6 experience and really hadn't announced what I was doing. A lot of the drivers in the Reno and NorCal area are the OG G6 family. And they were my guinea pigs, much like I'm your guinea pig on your great new format tonight, able to reach across different platforms, which is very cool, by the way.
Speaking of that, I will pause here, and Parker, and tell you, GA Rock Zombie Corey Allen is adamant here that we make sure we pass on a hello to you. As you bring up, we are streaming across multiple platforms at the same time, so all the comments are funneling in here at once. It's hard to keep up with them. But Corey Allen,
outstanding. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't see any comments right now, but I will go back through and answer some things or comment on some things myself. But yeah, so this, I came up with Axial Fest format, which was nothing but a G6 on steroids. And so what? And we did that till 2019, and then as you know, as things go, we went different directions. We grew one way, they grew another. Horizon Hobby took over. They brought us back in 2019, and we had to divide and conquer. If you remember correctly, we was at Blue Rocks, and like I said, the G crew is amazing. So we had Bill Riddle, Ghost Runner 69, and the Metal Magician Mike Dooley. They went and ran Axial Fest at Badlands. Thank you. And we were at Blue Rocks.
And you're literally like jumping to get to the next events, and people on both sides.
Yeah. And that first year it was simultaneous, and then the next year we had to jump to do both. And then it's weird how the dates work, because I think now I'd have to double check on that date. But it was all around the same time.
Always around the same time. And Brian, the hobby's grown so much that any given weekend, any given year, you're going to find three or four events in any place. And one of the things that the Recon G6 is doing that is so unique, it's kind of like the circus coming to town. So local clubs are running their local events all the time. you're picking an event date somewhere in our area, and literally it's like having the circus come to our town. It brings a level of excitement and something that, like you said, you made a worldwide brand known. The Recon G6 has become a certified logo. When you get a part G6 certified in the fix, is that going to be the goal this year in 2023? Or are things going to be able to be certified this year also?
Oh yes, every year, because there's always new product coming out.
Yeah.
And that was, speaking of the fix enduro, that was the reasoning behind it. I knew it wouldn't. Not everyone wants to drive their RC car for 12 hours. And I knew this, but back then I was looking what it was. I went to RCX and I was like, wow, dude, this is crazy, because some of these companies are getting awards and for their products because they spent the most money for advertisement in the magazine, and their products were less than desirable to most, right? So I thought to myself, okay, is there some like common denominator for product other than your local hobby shop, which he's just going to tell you what he makes the best pricing on, your buddy, and he's only going to tell you what he likes, and that
Yeah.
might not work for your driving style,
Right.
and the magazines, and then half the time you thumb through, you don't even really look at the advertisements, you're looking for articles.
Yep.
So I slept. I do a lot of my thinking when I'm dreaming, and I slept on it, and I thought, you know what? I would like to do an event that truly tests product, but I want to test the driver as well. It's got to be challenging for the driver, but it has to be realistic. I mean, we can all set something up that destroys product, but that's not the purpose. We want to test it in a real world situation with real world drivers. And the first people know, the 6 people that did this know, but not a lot of people know, the very first fix enduro was 18 hours long.
Wow.
It started at 3 in the afternoon, or it started at 9 o'clock at night and went till 3 in the afternoon.
Wow.
Bro, we did that once, and there was a reason for it, because I didn't know someone has to stay awake with them. And I was like, you know what? I think I have enough experience that I can set a challenging stage. We get the same results in 12 hours.
And still get that same quality certification. I don't think on
Yes.
6. When the course is designed right, and like you said, you're designing these mental mind games for a person also. So when you're building your truck, you need to build a truck, but be mentally prepared. Stay hydrated. I put my first fix experience, I spent too much time focused on the truck and took it too lackadaisical about my personal self. If you're not thinking about, when the cowbells are strapped around your neck and they're messing with your mind a little bit, or those things that you can psych them out on where your flat spots come in, and you think this is where you're resting, and because it's level ground, but you don't see with the end where it drops off, and that's messing with your head. And
Or the heat.
Yeah,
the heat factor.
there's a lot that goes into it. So it's a neat idea to break the man and the car. You're testing the product, but it's a lot of kudos back to the soldiers that can complete it.
Right.
There is no question. You can make parts strong, but the person has to be just as strong.
When drivers pre-run the course, they all say the same thing. Oh my God, this is so easy. This is so easy.
Lap 3, let me hear you.
But when when you're doing it on lap 12, that little area that your truck is going just like this, but it's doing it lap after lap after lap. That's put stress on your servo horn, on your rod ends, on your drivetrain. And it's that repetition over and over and over again that is going to fatigue that part. We've had shock hoops fail, aftermarket shock hoops, because that stress point just took the stress and finally snapped. We've had some interesting failures, but for the most part, we've had some major successes, right down to RTRs, which is really cool in my opinion. And the most important thing is when a customer regardless of the brand they're looking at, when they see that Recon G6 certified since whatever date it is, they can take it to the bank that that product is going to hold up to their adventure because it's been put through the ringer.
Yep.
You know,
And
so
I just
and I
want
love the Fix Enduro. I love the drivers. We offer a couple of smaller endurance classes, the 3 hour and the 6 hour, just to let people get a taste of it. And some people graduate to the 12 hour.
there. People should start with a 3 hour, and it's just to get your feet wet 1 year. I think it's a great advice.
They should. I have to, if we're talking Fix Enduro real quick, I have to mention our two people that make the Fix Enduro extremely special. First is Ryan Towsley out of Grand Junction, Colorado. Dude, I call him the Iron Man Stewart of the Fix Enduro. I think this year is going to be his 9th in a row, 12-hour Fix Enduro.
Wow.
The only driver, I mean, there's no other driver close to being consecutive 12-hour Fix Enduros than Ryan Towsley. He is truly a machine. And would it be right of me not to mention, and you have to put this, you have to think about this. Lucas in Austria is our record holder. He did, I'm going to get this, let me make sure I get this correct, because normally I get my numbers backwards. He was the first driver to ever do a marathon distance, and he did it in just about 7 hours. So that's 24.6 or 26.4 miles. So first wrap your head around that. A marathon distance with an RC car on a course that's designed to test the driver and the car, not just around a flat track. So wrap your head around that one, because that's a major achievement. But he also holds the record. His 3rd year of doing the Fix Enduro, he says, Parker, this year I'm going for my personal best. And, because there's tactics involved. You get a pit crew that can help you in sections. There's a lot of behind the scenes that goes on. When to fuel your body. I mean, battery changes, because you're only allowed 3 batteries. So there's a lot. That's one of the reasons I love it, because the tactics.
Want to study it. You want to go on YouTube. You want to get the rules. You want to be prepared and understand what you're getting into.
Yeah. But he did 56 miles. It was 56.4 miles in 12 hours.
Wow.
With an RC car. In Italy, on a course that he said was the hardest course I've ever set, because it was an anaerobic course. There was nowhere on that course that he could lower his heart rate. His heart rate stayed high the whole time. Now, a little background on Lucas. He is a multi-bronze medalist in the Winter Olympics.
Right.
So he's not your average human being. But he is a majorly talented driver, not to mention an extremely talented athlete, and one of the nicest individuals you'll ever meet. I mean, just super approachable, has a heart of gold. I mean, great guy, which is, dude, it sounds redundant and it sounds mushy, but this is why I'm so proud and really anxious to get back to G6ing, because everybody you meet is so like-minded. They have big hearts, and truly, it's like I said, it's like family.
Yeah,
and that's the best way I can put it.
Well,
family reunion.
On the family note, we can go back in time a little bit. Pre-COVID, things were being certified so much. We had official parts of the G6. You had the official chassis, the official motor, ESC. You could literally build an entire truck out of the official part of the G6.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time in our lives, you were doing so much for the RC community. Do you remember the truck that we did and donated at Blue Rocks with Eric Sutz?
Oh yeah.
It was donated product from every vendor, hand over fist, could not wait to donate product to pay back the love and give back to you something, a small token back to everything that you've done for the RC world. And that is just a token of who you are as a man and what you're doing for the RC world. It was a thank you back, and that was very cool. And on
It was one of my personal highlights, and I think maybe about one of, I'm going to say 3, maybe 4 times I've ever shed a tear because I was totally dumbfounded and caught off guard, and that's the thing. You know, we wouldn't be here. Everything happens for a reason. So I've learned a lot of things from a lot of people. Some are still on the G Crew, some are not, but you need to go through those things to grow. Not all those things are pleasant, and not all the relationships last, but you learn something from those, and you learn, you move on, you grow. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yep.
But I have to appreciate everybody, past, present, future, that has gotten us to where we're at today, and that's sponsors included. I mean, we've had some long-lasting sponsors on the G Train, and we've had some short-time sponsors on the G Train. But I've always said from day one, this has never been about me and what I can get from this. It's what I can give from this, and making memories. When I realized that there was a young man, and he was 3.5 years old, driving his own RC car, and I thought, oh my goodness, he was an infant in his dad's backpack when his mom and dad were both driving, and this kid has grown up G6ing. And then Skino, Matt Swallow out of Reno, Nevada, he's covered a large part of our events. The first AWCC with RC Driver magazine. He was at the first ever Recon G6 event in Reno, Nevada, and his daughter has grown up at comps, G6ing, and now she just had her 21st birthday, you know, and she was just knee high when she started. So it's one of those crazy things where we've seen a lot of firsts, and you know what I'm talking about. Freestyling, you know, we were there at the beginning. Mountain biking, we were there at the beginning. Video games, we're there at the beginning. So sometimes, but yeah, sometimes I'm dumbfounded that this genre of RC, not only were we there at the beginning, but we started it. So that alone is humbling and truly a blessing that so many people worldwide, so many families, young adults, kids, they dig it, you know?
Yeah. And you, on a personal note, we birthed my company off of a Recon G6 fix. That was literally, when I'm out on the fixed trail, was where the inspiration for a RC bug out bag came from. You realize there is a need to pack appropriately out there on the trail because stuff is going to break, and you need to make sure you have your product with you.
Yes.
You've seen me come a long way. You've seen
Oh
me
my goodness, yes.
when I've come to the hobby, and where we're at today to literally birth a company off of a G6. I mean, it was something that spoke to me, like the whole concept of just wheeling a truck on a trail with friends. No stress, no pressure. I don't need some guy next to me with a clipboard and a stopwatch yelling out penalties because I'm backing up. Hell, it's Sunday. I want to drive in reverse all day long because I can.
Yeah, and Mike, you know, yeah, you're absolutely right. That's another side effect of the Recon G6. Like, I always use a story, and now I can mention names because I've talked to him about it. We call him Tank. Frank from Reno, him and Kush Dog came to Recon G6. It was a birthday bash we had in Reno, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on here? This is an RC thing." Like, "Oh yeah, but they're all out on stage. I'm just here by myself. So do you have your cars?" They're like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Well, grab your cars and go drive." "Oh no, we don't want to. We don't want to do." I was like, "Oh, don't worry about. You don't have to pay anything, but just go out there and because I can't explain it to you. You have to experience it." "Oh no, we don't want to drive." I was like, "Well, at least walk down there and see where they're at, and then just watch them." I didn't see those two gentlemen for another year. They came back at the next birthday bash, and Frank said, "Hey, do you remember me?" And I was like, "Yeah, you guys were here last year, but you didn't want to drive. But you did go out and check them out." And yeah, he goes, "Well, I want to say thank you." And I was like, "Oh, you don't have to thank me. I love doing this. It's my pleasure." He goes, "No. I have to thank you because a year ago my dad had passed, and your event and building these RC cars helped me get through that experience. So now we're here to participate." And oh shit, I was going to try and get through this without
Oh no.
because this was the moment. Not
You
only
cried, I'm gonna cry. Gosh darn it.
well, you're right. Not only was this powerful, but I got to thinking, okay, if this event's touching a person this way, I started asking what the G6 means to people, and it would blow you away. I mean, people that had bypass surgery and getting through their physical therapy, their goal was to get back to they can drive a G6 stage. To people meeting and getting married, to saving marriages, to unfortunately divorces. You got the whole spectrum. So yeah, when I tell you, I can tell you what it means to me, but really what it means to everybody else, you have to ask them, because the G6 truly means something different for everybody involved. And the companies that have been started has truly been a side effect that I didn't even plan on. I mean, some have come and gone, some are still in existence. Your company is actually thriving, and you filled a void that people were using stuff that wasn't specifically for scale adventure, that they could take out on the weekends, they could take to their local events, bring to a G6, and your bag was the official bag of the Recon G6 because it fits the needs of the drivers, and you were able not only to provide a product, but I've always said this: if I don't grow, you don't grow. So let's grow together. And
Joint vendor growth was your
yes,
exact words.
yes, and you took that to another level by putting other vendors' products in your bag as a complete kit, which, like I said, that is ingenious. And both, I mean, as well as I do, companies like Treal, like Horizon Hobby, who now has Proline and Axial, they're constantly pushing our hobby.
Yep.
I can't call it a sport. It's a hobby. It's a way of life.
I like it when you call it sport, though.
Well, it is a sport because you never know what you have to do. There's driver challenges that you may have to throw a frisbee into a basket. You may have to do hopscotch. So yeah, but to me, it's a sport because you're walking, even though you don't realize it. You're walking 3 miles a day, or maybe longer.
No, you're right, Brian. It's so great. Brian, we are in overtime. And
I love you guys, and we can talk all night.
You're not getting off the hook.
Oh,
You're going in for a segment of this and that.
Hey, before you do that, I queued up a funny video of Mr. Park.
Please.
Now
oh my!
Now this is going to be history of when I first met the myth, the legend. So let's see if this works. This is from my very first G6. Let's take a look, see if this works here. Let me know if you want.
Collecting
If
the
you can see
tools
it.
in our toolbox. We got gadgets to play with. I'm going to get this or that ready. Okay.
Hold on. Let me know when you see it.
I see it.
All right, you ready, Parker?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Well,
Fire
look at that
away.
handsome lad.
No audio.
It's okay. Hey, real quick, Pete, while I'm thinking about it, kudos to you as well because you really got into shape, and I think the G6 was some of your motivation. The
Well,
fix
and you
was some of your
called him,
motivation.
again, your exact words, Brian Parker, were you called him a fire plug. The first time you saw him. I was standing there on the side, and you're like, dude, you're built like a fire plug.
Dude, he was solid as a rock.
And now look at him. He's slimmed down. He is a solid athlete, and his work makes him move. But that is because of that G6 lifestyle. You want to better yourself. Not only do you want to build a solid vehicle, you want to better yourself as a better, human being. So you are helping people. When you say it means a lot and means something different to everyone. Some people want to better themselves and get in shape.
Yeah, it's a broad spectrum. I mean,
Peter, we don't have sound on your little video,
All right.
but that was a great
but
walk down memory lane there. It's great
yes,
for Parker like that. Parker, we're going to end on this and that segment. Did you have anything else before we close out that is a high priority message to the world?
yeah, I'll be reaching out to sponsors. We're gonna start back with our promotional aspect and our sponsorship programs that truly keep the G Train moving down the tracks. And speaking of G Train,
There.
I haven't,
Count on
I've been had a little hiatus, so a lot of time to think. A lot of time I've took care of a lot of personal stuff, and I kind of got rid of most everything in Reno, and I built a new G Train, and it's a 1995 school bus, International 3800 school bus that is now I call home. So my square footage got quite a bit smaller, but my backyard got a whole hell of a lot bigger.
Love it. That is a nomad.
Yeah, that is a nomad. So that the bus name is Herschel after my grandfather. And yeah, it's got lots of room for advertisement. And like I said, this 2023 year looks great, and 2024 looks even better. So yes, we're excited.
Decaling the hell out of this thing or what? Is there what kind of advertising space are we talking about?
You've known I've had some unique G trains in the past.
Yeah.
This one's not any faster. I mean, this one's just as slow as the Cinnamon was, the 1984 Toyota Tercel.
Yep.
The difference is I can pull over, I can fix me a sandwich, I can take a shower, and I can fall asleep on a very comfortable Nectar memory foam mattress.
I love it. Love it.
So yeah, we've made some adventure. I mean, I always tell you, the Recon G6 is a lifestyle, and I still have things in there that are G6 related that were given to me, like the first ever G6 in Hawaii and the 808 Ohana. They're huge portrait with words of encouragement. So yeah, bro, I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Well, there is a lot of people dying to see your Shaka again. There are a lot of people ready for a Parker pickup. We are excited to get back to life before COVID. Carryall is there. If you need us, we are happy to support you any way we possibly can. when it comes to Blue Rocks or any event that you're hosting anywhere. You know, anything we can do to pay back the love you've shared with the rest of the world, we have your back.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
More ways than
We have
one.
your 6.
And we got your 6.
Yeah, yes, that's a good slogan.
We got your 6. Now listen, Parker, this is the part of the show where things get exciting. And the concept here, Brian, is that we are helping to get people to know you a little bit better. Rapid fire. There is no right or wrong answer. So do not go looking for a cheat sheet or geeking out here. You can't fail this. Peter, do we have Jeopardy music somewhere on standby? Hang on. I'm not doing this without our music. Again, Scale Audio Solutions put a little MP4 together for us. Let me turn up
Yeah,
our
I
music.
got it. I got it.
All right, you got it? Got it. I think I just want to got it up there in the time. We got Jeopardy music playing in the background. Peter's going to start the time clock at 1 minute. And again, it is a this or that answer or a neither if nothing applies to you. But I've got one question that I've had to skip over every time with every guest because I knew that they would not know what the hell I was talking about or it just didn't fit. But clearly this question was put in here for one man and I can't wait to get to it. So you will know the minute I do. Ryan Parker, are you ready?
We're ready.
Call or text?
Text.
Go to a bar or go to church?
Bar.
Would you use a water bottle or a reusable water bottle?
Reusable.
Pizza or Chinese food?
Chinese.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Slot machines or blackjack?
Blackjack.
Lexan or hard body?
Hard body.
420, medical use or recreational?
Both.
Burger or hot dog?
Burger.
Ketchup or mustard?
Mustard.
Brushed motor or brushless?
Brushless.
Are you a Jeep guy or a truck guy?
Toyota.
Win the lottery or meet your soulmate?
Lottery.
Flat rail or C channel?
C channel.
19 or the 155?
155.
Chicken or tuna?
Tuna.
Hunt or fish?
Woo! Fish.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
KFC or McDonald's?
KFC.
An action movie or comedy?
Action.
A cat or a dog?
Dog.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Guacamole or salsa?
Guacamole.
Spicy Doritos or Cool Ranch?
Cool Ranch.
Facebook or Instagram?
Insta.
Samsung or iPhone?
Samsung.
In the game, would you pick Monopoly or the Game of Life?
Woo! Life.
College football or NFL?
College.
Golf or Frisbee golf?
Disc golf.
I've been dying to ask somebody that.
Yep. Disc golf.
Would you rather walk or run?
Run.
UFO or Bigfoot?
UFO.
Fox News or CNN?
Fox.
You're the first person to answer it honestly. Crunchy peanut butter or smooth peanut butter?
Smooth.
Do you rock the air guitar or air drums?
Guitar.
Wine or beer?
Beer. Craft beer. Oh, let me rephrase that. Craft beer.
All right, like that one. And the last question, tattoos or piercings?
Tattoos.
Not done by Seaport Tattoo Parlor.
All my tattoos are done by one man, and I love that man a lot. Yes, He's the only man to spill ink on me. Thanks, Des.
Yes. Oh,
8.5 hours in the chair.
man, if you could put you two on a show together for 5 hours, I would watch every second of it. Remember the live stream you did with the haunted? I forget where the hell you guys were, but you were ghost
Oh,
hunting.
bro. We were in the old tattoo parlor.
Is that right? He had spirits that he said were up in that place.
Oh yeah. There he's got stories and yeah, I can tell you. Yeah, that was in oh gosh, I forget the name of the place now. But anyway, yeah, that was in the basement of his old tattoo shop in Tom's River. River.
Yep.
Very interesting. And it doesn't matter daytime or nighttime. I did a thing in the nighttime or in the daytime and caught an orb and had a little experience myself where it was like, wow, yeah, I'm ready to get up out of here. You got my heart racing now thinking about it because yeah, you know, those are some things you should not play around with.
Yeah, you leave Ouija boards alone. Like some things are left undone. Do not get with the black shadow people. Like
right. I mean, we live on. We have different levels of consciousness.
Yes.
And yeah, if you're not ready for another level of consciousness, you know, you gotta be careful what you wish for. I'll stick to RC cars.
Well, we definitely have talked before about doing a special show with a few people in the panel. We would love to bring you back for one night of no holds barred, no RC talk, but we want to get geeky, old school, rad BMX stuff, UFO talk. We want to get down and dirty and hear those great stories. You being out there near Nevada, I'm sure you've seen some stuff in the dark skies at night. I know you posted one time during the day. Do you remember you were commuting from one G6 to the next location? You got some dope photos of something creepy out there in the desert.
Did I tell you? This is how infamous the G6 is for family. One of the OG crew members, Brad Bailey, B-Rad, he permitted his son to go with me across this country. Rebar, Cole Bailey, when he was still in high school. And dude, we went all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast. But we always stopped in Goldfield, Nevada, and we stopped at the Goldfield Inn every time. Cole and I would always go up to the window, look in the window, and then the keyhole. One time we went and it's like, oh my gosh, let's look through the keyhole. And dude, this piercing, it was so cold, air blew out that keyhole, and we both, dude, I get goosebumps right now. We're like, you know, it's time to get the F out of here. And we stopped. That time we stopped going up to the door. We stopped looking in the windows. We would just go and park and take a picture. And I've got pictures. I even got pictures of Herschel before he's painted at the Goldfield Inn, because I did that with all the G trains. But I stopped going up and looking in the window because of that experience. And dude, it was hot. It was hot. It was you're in the summertime in Nevada. And that freezing cold, and dude, there's no AC in that place. There's dust everywhere. Yeah, dude. No.
Nope. I get it. I get it. It will.
Yep. Hey, well, look, I love you guys, and my apologies again for being tardy. Thank you both so much for everything you bring to the RC community. For our private conversations, for our public conversations. Love you both. Mad respect for you both. And for all your viewers, thanks for tuning in. I can't wait to watch the show, the first part of the show that I missed. And again, I appreciate you having me on for your 1-year anniversary. Congratulations on the new format, reaching across 3 platforms all at the same time. That's crazy cool. And we look forward to seeing everybody out there G6ing.
Yeah, and
Awesome,
we can't
man.
wait. We'll keep both eyes over there on the G6 platform, waiting for the next announcement to come out officially. And if you've got the G6 and on your radar, it is worth your time to get back on the G train and get out there and experience it for your first time, or if you're a family member, we're all hungry. we're ready for the meat and potatoes, Parker.
Well, we're bringing them.
Cook something up for us, brother. Thank you again.
My
And
pleasure.
thank you.
Hey,
All right.
April Fool's Day.
Yeah, it was. I thought you were coming with an actual prank, but
No. Nope.
I think
Can't.
I think Peter actually thought when I told him that you were going to be late, I think he was waiting for the April Fools to come next. But I did not do a good April Fool's joke. Oh, you know what I did? I did say tonight was our last show. We're coming to our OnlyFans page. Pete and I are going to start selling pictures of our feet. OnlyFans page.
That's great. All right.
Oh,
Thank
all
you,
right.
gentlemen.
All right,
Thanks
take care,
everyone
bud.
for tuning in, and yeah, look forward to seeing you guys in person. We'll share some time together.
Love you, Parker.
Sounds good, man. Take care.
All right, we got rid of him. Peter, we went way over. That was a overtime show. This one's gonna look funny up and posted in our YouTube videos for sure, Pete. This is gonna be like that longest one ever up there. We thought Sorka went long. This one went long. But
Yeah.
we unpacked a lot of stuff tonight, Pete. And for our first test run tonight, bro, with let me get back over here into a banner. We had some fun playing with some of these go into our branding here, and I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna show this. And we did great job. Great to see you. I put words in his mouth. I thought he said great job. He said it was great to see you, Parker. I keep pumping my darn microphone. Peter, we went long, but Peter, bravo. Great freaking job tonight. It was so much freaking fun. I didn't even get a chance to play with all the cool sound effects that we wanted to. We can only do so much at one time. But we do, we had everything work. It is so much fun having this stream across all three platforms. And we will continue to make 1% increments each week. Thank you, Matt Thompson. Thank you, sir. We will have a donation button down there at the bottom for people who want to contribute and help keep seeing the show alive.
Well, let's leave them with the closing video.
Okay, let's do it. Peter, this is how we're going to close them out. You can throw it up and we'll say our goodbyes because this is the last time you are going to hear from us. The video will close you out. Make sure you get over there and subscribe. The videos are easy to share now from Facebook. Get it out there. The closer and sooner we get to 500, the sooner the truck is yours. The rules are simple. Just need to subscribe.
Yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in, and thank you for your patience with the new format. As you can see, technology we're taking advantage of. My 4K camera held up, and we got the new format. We have more capabilities now streaming. I was watching on my phone. Went right to the Rad Show Facebook page, Carryall page, multiple platforms. It was great.
Continuously brought in Mac.
Yeah, we brought in new guests tonight. I mean, we did things that we never did on any Rad Show before tonight for the 1 year anniversary. I mean, brought back Parker. I mean, we had interaction, tickers. I mean, you name it. And we're going to leave you guys with a cool little clip that Mike designed. Mike, definitely, I got to say thank you for putting in the elbow grease. I mean, I'm out doing 6-7 miles a day on my feet. This guy's cranking, learning a new software and did it in a week time. So applause to you. Thank you for getting us up and running, and it's only going to take off from here. Stay tuned. Next week, we'll be back with another guest consistently, and I'll post up the recap tomorrow, and we'll leave you guys with this cool video. And
Peter,
we'll
we
see
got
you
a
guys-
great guest next week. We can tease him with that. And it kind of segues off of a lot of stuff Brian Parker talked about tonight. Next week, I'm actually going to, we're going to say it. Next week, there is a new face, a new face to a brand, an old head and a legend in the RC world. Matt Higgins of Axial will be here next Saturday night to sit down with us. And it will be setting the stage for the guest after that. You're going to see the domino effect that we're setting up here and the information that we're going to be laying out. But we will be back with another stupid dad joke next week. We'll be back with another letter of the day. Fun facts. What happens on, what is it? April 8th. I think that's the date we got Matt Hagen's locked down. So Peter, yeah, great segue. Great job with everything. Remember, everybody, think blue. April is Autism Awareness Month. Get out there, bring the awareness. Sign them out, Pete.
All right. Thank you, everyone. All right.
All
See
right.
everybody next week.
Later.